Okay guys, this morning we're testing two of Okuma's new surf rods that just came out. To the left, this is the rod that me and John Bretza worked on. This is the 13'3 Hawaiian Custom Series surf rod. I got a 10,000 spinner on it. This is the Cedros. I could have used conventional on it, but I went with spinner today. It's too lazy to change it out. This is the newest one that just came out this month. This is the 12-foot, imagine that, 12-foot Rockaway. This is the HD. Look at that, Rockaway HD. This is a monster. This is 6 to 16 ounce. That's what it's rated for. So I got a big 14,000 spinner on that. It's also a Cedros. So this one here is, like I said, 6 to 16. This one here is 4 to 8. Because of the flexibility of the rod, I can get my lead out further. I've tried this a couple times. Now, if I do the same lead on the Rockaway, I won't get the distance, but I can also use bigger leads on this, which I can't on the HCS. So bear that in mind. Okay, I spent a day with the newer Hawaiian Custom Series, because before I was working with prototypes. Now I have the real ones, the production models. This is the 14-footer. That's the 13-footer. Stats are still the same. All right, the 13-footer there is 5+1 guides. The 14-footer here, which is actually 14.2, is 6+1 for the guides. Okay, the stats are still the same. All right, nothing has changed between the prototypes and the final version. The only thing that has changed is the reel seat. The reel seat was moved up 3 3/4 inches. So I found out that I would say you can load up better on these than you could on the prototypes. So to give you an idea what you can use for weights, for the 13 today, I've been trying all different type of weights. The sweet spot is still 3 to 4 ounces. Now when I tried this one here, this is the 14. It went up by 1. So instead of 3 to 4 for that one, it's 4 to 5 for this one was the sweet spot. Now of course it depends on how heavy of a bait you're using and the wind resistance on it, but that's just a general estimate. All right. So when you go out, just remember, start up with those weights. And what's good about it is if you ever get bankrupt, you get hung up, it's not going to cost you that much money in terms of lead. Now these are rated for 150 grams to 250, which is 4.2 to 8.8 ounces. So what I found is that this is kind of like a finesse type of power rod or surf rod. So using 3 to 4 for that or 4 to 5 for this means that it won't cost you that much in terms of lead. All right, just started pouring now. I had to switch over to my waterproof camera. So we're going to, I decided to use the 13'3. This is a smaller out of the two Hawaiian Custom Series. The other is 14.2, this is 13'3. So I'm going to use this one for today. So I'm going to put this one together. And the part that was omitted from the Okuma website, the rod above each section here, right above the ferrules, right above each section. If you can see that, see this roughed up area here? That's so when your hands are wet or covered with bait slime, you can grab this, you can easily put your rod sections together, or at the end of the day, dismantle it. Okay, it's not in the description, but as you can see, there it is. Also on the 13, I prefer the 3 ounce. Okay, for the 13'3, I'm also gonna use a bait bag. Turn this inside out. There we go. And I'm gonna use the other half of the live bait I had cut up. Hold on. Here it is. Look at it. See all the beautiful meat in the inside and the juices are leaching out. So this should attract something. You put this into the bait bag like so. I always leave the legs on. I like the legs on the top as an appetizer. It kind of makes it look appealing, yeah. That's it, and I'm just gonna twist my hook in and out of the webbing here. And that would be on the 13'3" for today. Okay, I'm gonna use the 13'3" Hawaii Custom Series rod with the Cedros 10,000. Now on this one here, I'm gonna use the 3 ounce. And I'm going to overhand it. The 3 ounce, if any weight you overhand it, it's overhand throw, you're going to get a lot more force out of your throw. So even though the rod is rated for 4 to 8 ounces, I prefer to drop it down to 3 and power it out sometimes. It's actually cheaper, you know, areas where you're going to lose a lot of lead. It's going to save you some money losing the smaller sizes rather than the bigger sizes. But I prefer the 3 ounce when using this particular rod. And as you saw there, the hang time should tell you the distance. It was tremendous distance I got on that. I just eased it out. I didn't have to put a lot of energy into the throw. That's all you have to do. We just got a huge whack, a big ass takedown on this one. I don't think it's on anymore. Look at the line, just went slack. It just went kaboom! Literally. I don't know if it's still there, but it just went kaboom! Didn't take long. Oh no, came off. I bet you anything, it yanked the bait bag off. That thing came crashing down. You saw how the line went slack? Sorry, I couldn't get that thing on film. It's just probably split second too late on that. Let's see what kind of damage we got. Wow, that was one hellacious hit. What happened? Okay, let's see if this can tell the story. I haven't seen a hit like that in a while. It looks like it had grabbed the bait bag, but the crab's still there. Luckily, I can still use this. Look at that, the crab is still there. So whatever it was, grabbed the bag, the hook didn't catch on to it. So, toss it out again. Line seems to be okay. That was definitely a fish. I don't know what type of fish, but that was definitely a fish. Alright guys, like I mentioned, just remember you do have this pad over here so you can grip it with your wet hands. Not on the website, but this one is. It's your counterbalance weight. I'm going to show this to you because you have to be careful. Counterbalance weight means that when you whip the rod out, when you're casting it, this is your counterbalance weight. This means that when you're lifting out with a full load on the tip with your bait and your lead, that means you won't accidentally come down and crash your tip on the rocks or on the sand. The counterbalance weight is in here, so it will help you maintain your balance. Now the reason why you need to be aware of this is because after constant use, after weeks and months of use, this will start slowly, see that working its way loose because it's screwed in, right? Let me show you what it looks like. That is your counterbalance weight, all right? So just be sure that every once in a while, just tighten this. Just go in there, give it a quarter turn, quarter turn like that. Make sure it's nice and tight. It would take months and months for this to come off. I know, because when I was testing it took months for it to just start working its way loose, but it could happen. So just make sure, give it a quarter turn, make sure that's nice and snug.